the brand new offers in the Black Friday period. It's half a month or something like that. So yeah, this offer I think it's bad. This one quite bad. The black box is for real money, at least that's my opinion. This one is alright for this price, and I know you don't understand this currency, but I compare it to other offers which were also made in the same currency. So compared to what we generally get, this is fairly decent, nothing special. This one though, it's pretty damn amazing. So for this price, I was used to getting roughly 2.5 thousand gold, or maybe 3,000 gold, something like that. And now you get 3,000 plus, let's say 1,500 gold, so a total of 4,500 gold, because we assume that you play with tier 10 tanks and you win 50% of the battles when it comes to the boosters, and 30 days of premium, and a bunch of containers, and 25 coupons. So this is absolutely amazing, I would say, and I might actually buy this. The Centurion Dingo is a great tank. Mech 5-1, Rack Dingo, whatever you call it, it's good. And for this price, generally a tier 8 is slightly more expensive, and you also get 3 boxes, which is not much, but you also get power cells and coupons. So yeah, this is great. And now this offer makes me think that Wargaming really did get hacked for real, because generally tier 10 tanks with also a bunch of boxes and gold and whatever generally cost more than double this price. So this is closer to the price of a tier 8 premium tank, this price, and you also get coupons and other stuff besides the tank. So yeah, I would have also probably bought it if I didn't already have the tank. I got it free from something. Now the 50T, it's good. Yeah, it's a really nice tank. As you can see, the cupola from the front doesn't even really seem to exist, especially when full down. So you have to go through 245 millimeters of turret, which is angled a little bit. Yeah, even in the front it's a bit angled. 10 degrees of gun depression, which is no 8 actually, sorry, which is good. Yeah, it's better than average, it's straight up good. Damage per shot is low, the penetration is fine. Yeah, and the gold is heat, which also would be with calibrated more than 3k, so yeah, more than 300 millimeters. So yeah, that's fine. The accuracy, aim time, and DPM are great as well. Now the question is whether you do well or not in tanks that have little damage per shot, but otherwise it's a great tank, this one. It's worth 19k, I believe. It's not the most amazing price possible, but it's quite decent, I would say. Maybe even good. Now this tank, it has strong armor for the most part, although if you face hug it or if you hit the cupolas, they are quite weak. They don't seem that weak because they are not so prominent, but yeah, they are fairly weak, or this roof even. It's not very strong. Otherwise, the tracks are trollish, especially if you angle them. It's good at sidescraping. Fairly decent hull down if you have the gun depression, because it's only 6, which is fairly bad, I would say. Otherwise the DPM is good, maybe almost great even, and the accuracy and aim time, the dispersion 35. If you can lower it to roughly 32, 31 maybe, which is good, but yeah, it's good, nothing too exceptional, but not bad. Aim time 4.5, well, workable, although it seems a bit big, but otherwise at 17.5k, I would say it's a good offer. Now M60 for 15k, it's good, I would say. It's a lot like a pattern, maybe slightly weaker armor, because as you can see the cupola is fairly big. And now let's go to the normal pattern to show you the tier 10 tanks, the turret and everything. The cupola, well, the cupola, it's not yeah, it's big on this pattern as well. It's pretty much really similar to the Tech 3 tank, and the price is good, I would say. A good tank in general. Good gun depression, gun handling, penetration, it's fair, speed, it's good as well. DPM 3000, again good. Yeah, it's worth buying this, I would say. Object 752. Well, some people say it's absolutely overpowered, but I personally don't think it's broken, because when I'm playing against it, I see these cupolas, and yeah, it's not that easy to penetrate always, but it's not like you cannot beat the cupolas. The turret is tough otherwise, but the cupolas are quite big. On flat ground, you can hit the middle plate pretty much. If it's sidescraping, you can hit this shoulder, the cupola. Otherwise, it's the side armor when sidescraping is good. Some people say that it's a tier 10 armor in tier 9, but I don't find it particularly broken, the side armor even. Yeah, sure, sometimes I curse the gods in which I don't believe when shooting and not penning any tank, but this thing doesn't really stand out as being overpowered, at least not to me. At this price, 11k, it's good, especially considering that generally you don't really find it for gold, or if there were offers, I think they were closer to 16k maybe. Yeah, like it says here. I'm not sure, but anyway, quite a rare tank. The gun is good. It has 2 shells in the magazine, a reload time of 4 seconds between them, so it's not like the Yoh with 1.7 seconds. If you use this thing, an enemy would have enough time to maybe back off into cover before you reload the second shell. So it depends. On the one hand, you can trade better with people, so they shoot you once, and in 4 seconds you shoot twice before they reload again, if they aren't autoloaders. But yeah, it's decent, but nothing too exceptional. The DPM is also fairly good considering it's an autoloader. The gun depression is 8, which is good. And yeah, mobility, it's fair. It's a good tank. Everybody says it's amazing, and I'm going to buy this. And I think you can also buy it without thinking too much. Now, object 452. It's quite a weird tank. The turret is quite quite tough. Otherwise, the DPM is not that great. The reload time is high, and the damage 460. Quite high, but I'm not sure it's high enough to justify so much reload time. Aim time quite bad. Dispersion 36, lowered to probably 33, 32 maybe. Not that amazing. It's a bit derpy, the gun, I would say. Not the worst, but not the best either. You have a cupola, but it's fairly small. Gun depression 7, which is decent. Also, the tank is quite flat, so it should be good enough. Speed, nothing exceptional. I would say it's decent for the most part. Now it's up to you whether you think you would like this. Panzer 70. It has great damage per shot, but the gun is a bit derpy. The reload time again long, DPM quite low. Penetration, it's pretty normal at this tier. 560 damage, yeah, it's a lot. So if you manage to peek every once in a while and not take damage and penetrate every time, you might do really well. But otherwise it shoots quite slowly, and if you miss, you are going to sit a lot and not do much. The turret is tough for the most part, 210 angled. Even the flat parts are fairly well angled, fairly tough, I mean. Yeah, because they are at least a bit angled. It has quite small cupolas, they are quite flat. Otherwise, the upper hull is not that exceptional, but it can bounce occasionally. Let's see, the gun depression is 7, it's workable, it's decent. Yeah, it can be a good tank if it suits your playstyle. And the price, 9.5k, is good for a tier 9. AMX30 Prot, again, it's a decent medium. It has a bit of a cupola, but otherwise gun mantlet is tough, but can shoot besides the mantlet and pen quite easily. You can also miss. The hull is weak. Otherwise, the DPM is it's good enough. Penetration quite standard, or even good for a tier 9 medium. Otherwise, the gun depression 10, it's great. Aim time maybe on the longer side. The dispersion, you can lower it to 3.1 or 3, yeah, 0.3, something like that. It's good. Top speed is high. I would say it's a good tank. Nothing exceptional, but quite balanced. Quite a fair price. Caliban, it's good if you like trolling. If your mental health is bad, you might not want to play it, because if you miss the shots, you are going to cry. The armor is among the weakest for a tier 8 heavy tank in the game. DPM low, reload time it takes forever. Penetration quite low, although it's workable, but yeah, certainly not up to par with other tanks. Damage per shot at 580 is high, but again, you can miss because dispersion is 0.5. maybe 0.45 or something like that if you use the equipment for accuracy, and it's bad. Aim time is awful, and you also have the high explosive with 860 damage, but yeah, it can be fun, it can be disappointing. It's a trollish tank. It can troll you, it can troll the enemy. So it's up to you. The 10,000 gold is quite a lot, I would say. It's take it only if you want the fun, if you want it for fun value. Now ST62 is strong, I would say. The cupola is really tiny. The turret is tough enough, not impenetrable, but good enough. The hull is has some funky angles. The DPM is decent, not exceptional, but decent enough. Penetration is fairly low on standards. The aim time, not amazing. Dispersion 34 can be lowered to 31, I believe, which is fairly good, decent. Yeah, more like decent. Gun depression is 6, which is a bit low, but you have some armor and everything, so it's quite a fine tank, I would say. Nothing too exceptional. Now the Kari is a Japanese box, a TD without a rotatable turret. I don't like TDs in general. It has a good penetration. I mean, it's quite standard actually. So is the DPM and everything. The armor is, the turret is, the superstructure quite flat, 121. I believe that's for the hull. But anyway, the turret, the superstructure also isn't that tough. It's the gun depression 6 only. It's quite low. Speed, nothing too exceptional. I would say it's fairly bad, or maybe if you like TDs, then sure, okay, but otherwise I don't like it. 8.5k, it's a lot. Object 590 is similar to the ST62, quite similar, but it has 2 cupolas, which are well, fairly not that hard to hit, let's say. The turret otherwise 200 millimeters is good. DPM quite not that great. Penetration again low. The gun depression is 8 as opposed to 6, which is good. And the speed is also good, but between this thing and the ST62, I would say the ST might be better, simply because it has a smaller cupola, and otherwise they are quite similar. This thing has less gun depression, so yeah, it's hard to say which one would be better. They are quite similar in many ways. This TVP 100 Shrek, or whatever you call it, is good. Rotatable turret, good gun handling, DPM is great. The damage per shot is quite low for a TD, so if you can handle the playstyle, it would be good. Armor is pretty much non-existent. The gun depression 6, it's fairly low, but at the same time you have a fully rotatable turret, so it counters that. I say it's a good tank if you can play it. Dispersion The base is 29, it can be lowered even more, so it's really accurate. It's good. This price is fair for the most part. T94E2, it's great. The stereotypical American heavy with good gun handling. It has a cupola which can get hit, so it's not invulnerable. Gun depression is 10, which is great. Yeah, it's a stereotypical American heavy, good penetration and everything else. Speed is also good. Some people say it's overpowered, so it's worth buying for the most part. Yeah, it's definitely worth buying, I would say. The Samoa SM, it's good, even for this price, I think. The full armor is really tough. The turret is, I mean, not impenetrable, but tough. The turret is trollish, although not impenetrable. It can troll the opponents, but you can also get penned. It's a gamble whether they pen or not. Generally, some people, yeah, some tier 7s might have trouble with it, especially if they don't have gold. It's an autoloader, which is nice. 3 seconds intra-clip reload. So it's fine. Good penetration. Damage quite average. You can do 930 if you catch somebody. Gun depression 10. It's quite amazing. The tank is also quite big, so you should be careful when hiding it. The top speed is decent for what it is. So, dispersion 36 can be lowered to 33 maybe, which is workable but not that great. Aim time, it's quite huge, so the gun can troll you a bit. All in all, it's a good tank, I would say. The price is fair. Turv 81 was given for free this summer. It's good hull down, tough turret for the most part. The cupola is quite small. It's penetrable, the turret, but quite trollish. Good speed, accuracy, aim time, penetration, DPM. It has a bit of everything. 10 degrees of gun depression, which is great. Yeah, it's a good tank, although I don't perform exceptionally in it. It's not like I dominate everything, but it's fine. The price is also fair if you didn't get it free. Super Hellcat, if you like the normal Hellcat, you might like this thing. It has a fully rotatable turret, which is great for TD. The turret is a bit trollish, but you can't rely on it too much. DPM is good. Penetration on standard is quite low, but you have gun depression and DPM and rotatable turret to compensate. The gold penetration is fine. The speed is great, and yeah, all in all, the dispersion good, not exceptional, but good enough. It's a fine enough tank, although you have the Tech3 T95E6 or whatever it's called, the tier 7, which is quite similar in playstyle. The price is maybe decent, but I don't think it's the best thing you can buy. This M41D, some kind of bulldog. It's well, decent enough, nothing exceptional though. It's a stereotypical bulldog. The top speed is impressive, of course. The gun depression is good at 8. Yeah, classic light tank. The price is fair. Now T96E3, it's a really tough, a medium with a really tough turret. I think it would be the turret good even on a heavy tank. It has a cupola, but it's quite, it's not that weak either. The gun depression is great at 10. The penetration is quite average at this tier. The damage per shot is higher than that of a lot of mediums, and considering how tough the turret is, I think it's a good combination. Quite a great tank. The price is quite amazing, I would say. It's only a tier 7, so you don't make as many credits as with a tier 8, but for what it is, it's a great offer, I would say. Now the Britannia Panther and the Poodle are quite similar, tier 6s, nothing exceptional about them. If you really want to buy one, I would say the Panther because it's cheaper, otherwise they're almost identical. So yeah, that's about it. Subscribe if you want. If not, don't. I understand.